Okay, so we're going to do a lot with hips today. You guys are going to love it. I just know it. That's a Jedi mind trick. You're going to love today's practice. So up to you. Do you want to start on your back in reclined butterfly, maybe with your feet together? Maybe you want to start with a wide-kneed, wide-legged child's pose. Seems like you guys like to start kind of on the front a lot of times, and as I say that, you guys all move to your back. This one I think I know you guys. So we're just going to drop into the body today, nice and slow. Kind of we were talking about, like kind of coming down slowly. We're going to come into the body with awareness. I'm just going to have my phone close in case there's an emergency call. So as you come onto the back, coming into your practice, coming into this inward journey, you know, we can go inward anytime, but a conscious inward journey, maybe I should say. Perhaps letting out a sigh. And then just drawing in the breath, letting the back body maybe press into the floor. And as we rest here on our backs, bringing our awareness to the body, maybe place a hand on the stomach, maybe a hand on the heart, or if you want, place those hands on the thighs, maybe just anywhere where the hands can have contact with the body. Unless it doesn't feel good, we can leave them on the floor. We're just going to bring our mind and body into one. So perhaps on your next inhale, you say to yourself, inhaling, I feel my feet on the floor. We're pressing into each other. And then exhale. And let the breath come and go. On your next inhale, perhaps saying, inhaling, I notice my knees. And then exhale. Just relaxing these body parts as we name them and breathe into them. Inhaling, I notice my hips. Exhale. Inhaling, I feel my belly rise. And exhale. Inhaling, I notice the beating of my heart in my chest. Exhale. Inhaling, notice the backs of my shoulders. Exhale. Inhaling, I'm aware of the back of my head and neck. Exhale. The next inhale, I'm aware of my entire backside of my body. And exhale. Inhaling, I'm aware of the front of my body. Exhale. Inhaling, I feel my entire body working together. And then let it go. Now, if you have an intention for your practice this morning, or perhaps someone or some cause that you'd like to dedicate your practice to, just bring that to your head space, your heart space right now. And then as you exhale, just know that it's being cultivated and the Sankalpa is planted on the fertile seeds of your heart to grow. On your next exhale, guys, let's let the legs come long. Kind of allowing those hips to neutralize just a little bit, not rotating externally or internally too much. Just legs are straight. You can be out wide like your mat. Or hip width distance, but we'll lay it right on our backs for a breath or two. Just bringing our minds together and maybe connecting to the universal consciousness that is all around us. Let's come into our lying reclined figure four, bringing the right knee in and the left, and let that right ankle come just on top of that left thigh by that knee. And if you want to hug in the shin or the back of the leg, you can. Just kind of slowly kind of rocking into this nice back of the leg, little hip opener. And you know, if you want, you can kind of encourage that right knee to press more towards the bottom of your mat, or you can let that right hand be free. Sometimes I like to press my right knee kind of away from my chest. Other times it's nice to bring those legs as one kind of glob towards the chest. So just kind of feel into how that is going to feel on your hips and on the back of the leg. Just breathe in and out. If you want, you can straighten that left leg towards the sky. That opens up the back of the left leg just a little bit. Just kind of noticing the differences here in these sensations, just changing a little thing. Now we'll exhale to let that left leg bend. If you have it straight, lower it down. And then let the right foot come off that left leg. And then let's windshield wiper the knees out to the right side. And we're going to pause. Yeah, so pausing there, guys, bring that right foot on the outside of that left leg if you want, or just let the legs fall over towards the right side. Yeah. So kind of whatever feels best for your body. And maybe as you let that left knee kind of drop towards the floor, you might notice a little bit of a stretch on the back of your lower left side of the body, the back, that lower left side of the back. Kind of opening the front of that left leg now. Breathe in. And then we'll exhale to bring that right foot off the leg. If you had the foot on the outside of the leg, bring the feet back to the floor, the knees to the sky. Let's shift those hips so the low back's on the ground, and then bring the legs long. It's like the legs up the wall, and we'll point and flex our toes towards the sky. So maybe you inhale to point the feet. And then exhale, flex the feet towards the face. We'll inhale to point towards the sky. Exhale, maybe sighing, just letting go. We'll inhale, point. And then exhale, flex. And then slowly bend the knees again, bring the feet to the floor. And now we'll bring that left foot on top of that right thigh. You can push that left knee away from the body, hug the knees in, or you can just let that left knee kind of be wherever it is. That right leg can be long, it can be bent, you can maybe just move between the two, hang out in one shape and then come into the other. We'll just breathe, maybe closing the eyes here. Breathing in and out. Kind of just going inside. Any outside noise, give yourself, let that be an opportunity for yourself to come inward. An outside smell, let that be an opportunity to come inward. Kind of bringing in that pratyahara, that control of the senses, the awareness of the senses, to happen simultaneously as we move into our physical practice this morning, guys. One more breath in. On an exhale, you can release that right foot to the floor, let the left foot come off the right leg, and then drop the knees over to the left. Windshield wipering towards the other side of the mat. Yeah, good. And that left foot, if you want, can come on the outside of the right leg, or that left foot can just be on the ground. You know, there's no right or wrong. It's just going to be a different sensation in the body. Maybe just notice if you need to adjust the shoulder blades. And then again, bring that gaze inward, closing the eyes. Closing up the sense of sight. Any noise that's outside of you. Recognize it and name it maybe, and then bring your awareness to the beating of your heart or the passing of the breath through the nose or the mouth. Now let's exhale, bring that left foot to the ground and knees back to the sky. Let's bring the feet hip width distance apart. And then just maybe feel the back on the floor. And maybe tilting that pelvis forward and feel that low back come off the ground. And then rotate those hips, tuck those hips so the back's on the ground. And then send those hips forward, the low back is off the ground. Just going to use this as a little reminder for later. Tucking the pelvis under, feel the low back on the floor. And then tilt the pelvis so the back's off the ground. Nice, guys. All right, let's roll over to one side. Maybe lie on that left arm or right arm, pausing here in this little embryo fetal position. Giving yourself some gratitude for being here this morning. And then as you're ready, let's press the hand into the floor, come up. We're going to come into our table. And then when you get to that table, we're just going to curl the toes under, get those hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just going to get yourself situated. And we'll just lift those knees off the ground, pressing the hands into the floor. We're not going to waste any time today. Let's just bring the burn, guys. Curl the toes, cover the knees. Breathe in. Let's exhale to downward facing dog. You can walk the hands forward for like a wider downward facing dog. We can bring them in for a narrow one. Couple breaths here. And then we're going to exhale to lower the knees down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders again. Curl the toes under. Let's hover the knees. Bring the burn. That can be our name for today. Bring the burn. Breathe in and out. And then we'll exhale back to downward facing dog. Kind of giving ourselves this dynamic movement to warm the body a little bit today to bring that burn. Breathe in. Exhale, walk the hands underneath the shoulders, lower those knees down, curl the toes under, and then we'll bring that burn by letting those knees hover. We're going to count it down from 10. So really get comfortable. And 8. And 6. And breathe, you guys. And 4. And 2. Then we'll exhale up to downward facing dog. Let it go. Nice job, you guys. Breathe in and out. Maybe bring those feet mat distance apart. And we're going to press that chest towards the thigh. And we feel an opening kind of in more the lower part of the leg, from the knee down the back of the leg. Breathe in. Maybe you notice it more in your hamstrings. Exhale. Let's inhale up to our plank pose. Bring the feet in if you need to. The hands are underneath the shoulders. Breathing in and out. A nice honest plank, guys. Our hips are lifted. We're going to press those heels towards the wall behind us. Then we pull the knees towards the hips so the fronts of the legs are active. Breathe in. Then we'll exhale, bring the burn, lower the knees down, let them hover, and then we'll inhale back to our plank. You got it. We're doing that one more time. Bring the burn, lower the knees, let them hover over the floor, then inhale back to plank. Then let's exhale, bring the right knee down, then the left. We'll sit back into a child's pose. Maybe bring your hands into prayer behind your head if you want. Or maybe you want to stretch out that back and that underneath the arms and kind of the lats and the side body with your arms forward and nice and wide. We're going to give ourselves 10 breaths here, okay? Allow yourself to settle. Make this an offering for your energy. Bringing everything into balance. Inhaling, noticing the front of the body. Inhaling, noticing that we even have a body. Maybe inhaling and offering that our body is a safe place to be today. Let's inhale once more together. And then we'll exhale. Let's come up to our table. Yeah, okay. Inhale to extend that right leg nice and long, and then we'll extend that left arm forward. Do another separate inhale. So when you're ready on inhales, bring the leg out and the arm out. Let's breathe in. Then we'll exhale to round, knee to elbow, really round that chin to the chest. Then inhale, extend it long. Arm and leg, exhale, round. Do one more time, inhale long. Then exhale, round, and we're gonna pause here for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. 1, lower the hand, lower the knee, curl the toes under. Exhale, hover the knees into your knee hover tabletop. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll exhale to lower the knees, bring the tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, left leg goes back. On your next inhale, the right arm comes forward. Get nice and steady, guys, on the knee and on the hand. And then as you're ready, exhale, knee to elbow, chin to chest. Inhale, find length. Exhale with awareness. We're going to move, breath with movement. Inhale, come long. Good, you guys. Exhale, knee to elbow. We'll inhale to find length. Now exhale, knee to elbow. We're going to pause here. Breathing in and out. And then we'll exhale to lower the knee, lower the hand. Let's curl the toes under, and then lift the sit bones up to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Breathe in and out. Plant the right hand, plant both of your feet, and then bring that left hand towards the right hip or the right calf, the right knee for a 3-legged downward facing dog. If you want, you can just bring the hand out to the floor on the right side of the mat. Anyway, as long as that right arm is kind of crossing the body to give a little bit of opening across the upper back. So wherever you want that hand, breathe in and out. Could you guys inhale up, left arm comes back, forward. Now we'll step the right foot forward and the left foot forward, bend the knees, let's rise up to stand mountain pose. And then exhale right away, flush it out to the top for Uttanasana. And then when you're ready, rise back up to mountain pose. And then exhale to flush it out, purifying the body with the breath to a forward fold. Bend the knees, rise back up to Tadasana. And that's where we'll meet together is our mountain pose, Tadasana. Maybe close those eyes. You can think about tucking the pelvis just slightly and grounding the heel and grounding the big toe pad, that pinky toe pad, that triangle pad of the foot into the floor. Think about the back of your head is kind of reaching for the sky. Breathe in. Exhale. Maybe press the thumb knuckles to your heart, to your chest, and feel that heart beating. Dropping into this experience of being alive. This experience of being alive together right here in this moment. You can pause here as long as you'd like in your mountain pose. Or if you're ready to bring the arms up over heads, inhale to bring the arms up, exhale to fold forward. And on your own time, when you're ready, kneel down facing dog. Once you get to downward facing dog, ground those feet, ground the left hand, and bring the right hand towards that left hip, or the right hand plants on the left calf or the left knee, and really ground that left hand into the floor. Feel yourself in this 3-legged downward facing dog. Yep, there you go. When we cross this hand, this arm over the body, it's supporting the integration of the hemispheres of the brain. So the left and right kind of work together versus separately. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's inhale, bring that right hand forward. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Now inhale up to plank pose. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower that right knee, spin that right foot off the floor, and come into a side plank with the right knee down. Bring that left arm to sky, the left leg nice and long, the right hand plants. Give yourself a breath or two. And then if you want, send that right leg long and come into Shavasana without that knee down. We'll give ourselves a couple breaths. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Exhale, bring that left hand down, turning the heart towards the floor. Send the feet long, so now we're in our plank pose. Breathe in and out. Good, guys. Exhale back to downward facing dog. This time, plant the feet, plant the hands, really ground with those hands. Inhale, bring the right foot to sky, bend the knee. We're going to open up the chest or the hips, sitting the right foot kind of towards that wall behind you. If you want, you can make some knee circles with the knee. Or if you want, you can just send that leg long, opening up the hips. And then we'll exhale, bring that right foot to the floor. Pause, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower that left foot down, spin the left foot off the floor, let the right leg come long, and open up into side plank with the left knee down. Feel yourself opening up, kind of for the first time, our body towards that right, stacking the hips. And then if you want, if it's in your practice yet, or this morning, send the left leg long, press the left hand into the floor, and breathe in and out. Nice, guys, keep the hips lifted. And if you want to, you can send the right leg in front of the body instead of that left knee down. You got it. Nice, guys. One more breath. Exhale, the right hand comes down into our plank pose. Give yourself a breath in your plank. Yep. And then from your plank pose, exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Plant the hands, plant the feet. Then inhale, bring that left leg to sky, bend the left knee, and then stack the hips, opening up towards the left side. And if you want, you can make some knee circles with that left knee. Or you can just let that leg be long, or just let it be open in the hip. There's no rush. We're giving ourselves time to get there. Sometimes that's all we need is a little time. Now let's exhale, lower that left foot to the ground. Inhale, look up with the hands, and step the right foot forward, and then the left, bend the knees. Inhale, let's rise up to stand. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Let the breath go. Breathe in and out. Okay, plant the left foot. Lift the right foot off the ground, just either bending that knee slightly. Yep. And then we'll hinge at the waist. As we hinge, that right foot kind of rocks back. You're going to find yourself in Warrior 3. Maybe the hands are underneath the heart in Anjali Mudra, or maybe they're reaching back to the side. Any variation with the arms, guys. And any expression of Warrior 3. Let's breathe in. Now we're going to exhale, bring that right knee to meet the left knee. So we're bending that right knee, okay? Yep. And then from here, no rush, guys. Find your balance. Let's just open that right knee out to the side. So it's as if we were placing that right knee on a box beside us with your Warrior 3 foot on the ground. Now bring that right knee back in, and then send that leg long behind you for Virabhadrasana 3. Breathe in and out here. Bend that left knee slightly. Lower that right foot down to the floor. Lower the heel down. Let's rise up, straighten that left leg with the base of our pyramid pose. Maybe tuck that pelvis slightly. Really reach for the sky with the fingertips. Yep. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Close the eyes. Turn that gaze inward. Breathe in. And now ground into that right foot, ground into the heel. Then exhale, the hinge forward. The weight in the left foot, weight in that right foot. For Ardha Parasuttanasana, half pyramid. The heart parallel with the earth. Breathe in. Exhale. Maybe you bend that left knee slightly as you lower the hands towards the shin or to blocks beside the foot. Finding your Parasuttanasana. Exhale. Breathe in and out. Maybe 5 breaths here, guys. One more breath in. Now exhale to bend that left knee. Come onto the ball, that right foot, the toes, that right foot, and then find that Virabhadrasana 3 once more. Reaching the arms in any direction. That right leg as high or as low as it's fit to be today. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring that right knee in to meet the left. So kind of like what we did earlier with that knee to the chest, we're stopping at the knee. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring that right knee out to the side. So you're lifting out of the box. Breathe in and out with that knee out to the side. Now let's exhale to bring that knee in towards the right knee. Now this time let's rise up so the knee comes in front of the hip. We're nice and standing tall like our mountain pose. And then as you're ready, bring that right foot to the inside of the calf or the thigh and come into your tree pose for crossing. In any variation with the hands. And then lower those hands in the heart or out to the side. For crossing. Inhale. One more breath. Exhale, bring that knee to the front. And then we'll inhale to draw that knee up in front of the hip. Let's exhale to hinge into that Virabhadrasana 3 once more. Yep. Inhale. Exhale. Now option here to bring yourself into your halves or to your standing splits, lowering the hands down, or come into your forward fold, bringing that foot down and bringing the hands to the floor. So either you're standing splits with that right leg high, or bring the right foot to the floor for your Uttanasana. We're going to give ourselves 2 breaths. And now if you're in standing splits, lower that foot to the floor, find yourself in forward fold. Breathe in. And now exhale, drop to sit bones, inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Yes, guys. And then exhale, purify with the breath, exhale into forward fold. Now we'll inhale back to our plank pose. Nice, strong plank with those feet long, the heels reaching for the back wall. Hips are high, breathe in. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Pause in your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And we'll exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. Now we'll inhale, step that right foot forward. Lower that left heel, that left foot down. Let's rise up into a lunge just for a breath. Good. Bring the hands over the heart. Maybe feel the beating of the heart in your chest. Maybe it's faster than it was on the other side at this point. We'll exhale to hinge forward. Bring that left foot high, grounding the right foot. Maybe straightening that right leg. Heart parallel with the floor. That left foot can be anywhere in space. For your expression of Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll exhale to draw that left knee to meet the right knee. Give yourself a breath here. And really give yourself that time to let that foot feel steady. And then as you're ready, open that left knee out to the side. And pause with that left knee out to the side. And then exhale to bring that left knee to meet the right knee. And then send that left leg long for your Virabhadrasana 3. Flexing that foot towards the face. Breathe in and out. Now let's exhale to bend that right knee slightly. Lower that left foot down behind you. The foot, the heel. Let's rise up, straighten that right leg. Arms can come up overhead or to the side. Setting up for Parsvottanasana with the feet, the heart's lifted. Maybe tuck the pelvis just slightly. Inhale. We'll come into Ardha Parsvottanasana. Any variation with the hands. Bend that right knee if you need to. Heart parallel with the foot or with the floor. Breathing in and out. Maybe here you pause and close the eyes. And then as you're ready, just fold forward and surrender into your full Parasvatanasana expression. Hands can come to the shin or to the floor. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Sometimes it's nice to think in this shape of sending that right hip back and that left hip going forward. If that works for you, you can try that. Breathe in. Now we'll exhale to slightly bend that right knee so we can rise up, coming out of our Parasvatanasana. Arms up to the side. All right, guys, when you're ready, exhale to come into that Virabhadrasana 3. That's that little hinge. The heart's parallel with the floor. The left leg is lifting high, or maybe it's lifting low. As you're ready, draw that left knee to meet the right knee. And pause. And maybe when you're here, guys, just kind of notice where you're bringing the burn to in this shape. Maybe you notice it in the left thigh, the right glute. And then open up that left knee to the side. If you're bringing it onto a box. And then we'll exhale, bring that left knee to meet the right. On your next inhale, let's come to standing with that left knee in front of that left hip. And then exhale, open that knee up to the side, plant that left foot on the leg for Vikrasana, the tree pose on the other side. Maybe your tree is a tree with a lot of branches or leaves, or it can be just right at that heart space. Nice job, you guys. And just be mindful if that foot is by the knee, that you're not jamming the foot into the knee. You can have it there if you're just kind of resting there, but not if you're pressing it into the knee. Breathe in and out. And maybe now notice where you might have some heightened awareness in this shape. What does this shape bring to the body physically? What does it bring to your emotions, your mind? Nice job, ragazzi. Bring that knee into the middle. And then exhale to plant the foot. We'll exhale back to that Virabhadrasana 3, and you have that option of coming into your standing split with that left leg to the sky. Or maybe you want to just come into your forward fold. There's no right or wrong. Either way, you're going to open up the backs of the legs, and you have an inversion with the head down, lower than the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll inhale to step the feet back, coming into plank pose. If you're in standing splits, come to forward fold first. So now we're in our plank, breathing in and out in plank pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's exhale down for Chaturanga Dandasana. And then we'll press up to plank pose again. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale up to plank. Yep, breathe in. Exhale down, Chaturanga Dandasana. You can exhale up to plank if you want, or you can inhale up to your upward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then exhale back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Give yourself 5 breaths here in downward facing dog, or maybe bring those knees to the floor, tops of the feet to the floor, and give yourself those 5 breaths in child's pose. We are all in it together, you guys. Whatever it might be, we've all got each other's backs. One more breath. Then let it go. Now let's slowly walk the hands or the feet towards the hands. So just kind of tiptoe up into your forward fold. Then bend the knees and we'll rise up to mountain pose. Really nice job, you guys. Hands in front of the heart. Inhale. Now exhale, ground the left foot. We'll step the right foot back come into your Virabhadrasana 2 with the toes towards the long, that right toes towards the long edge, the right heel down. And then bend that left knee as much as you want. A lot or a little. And you know that knee, like I've been saying for a while, that knee can come past the ankle. In fact, that's really supportive for your ankle mobility if you do practice that and bring that into your life. So Virabhadrasana 2, maybe extend the arms. You can even just have them on your hips. But tuck the pelvis slightly if that feels okay. What we did on the floor earlier, just kind of tilting that pelvis forward. And maybe look past the front left hand. Let's exhale, bring that right hand down the leg, left arm up and back. Climb's favorite, peaceful warrior. Viparita Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in. And then we'll exhale. Let's bring that left hand, left elbow on the top of that left thigh, that right arm overhead. You guys really give yourself the space here. Think about opening up that right shoulder towards behind you and that right hip opening, okay? And if you want, you can even bring that right hand to the top of that left thigh or just to that low back behind you. That'll just kind of automatically kind of open the chest up just a little bit. Or you can extend the right arm over the head and open up the side body. I'm going to open up my chest and heart a little bit, so I'm going to bring the hand behind me. If you want that side body, extend it past the crown of the head. Breathe in. Now we'll exhale to come back into our reverse warrior. Really think about bending that left knee. And you can, again, bring that left arm overhead, reach it past the crown of the head, or bring that left hand behind you, kind of towards the right hip, and it's more of a chest opener. So just kind of see what you need today. And we're going to give ourselves a few breaths. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Then exhale, bring the shoulders over the hips, and let's extend the arms long again. Virabhadrasana 2. Now exhale, hands come to the hips. Pivot the left foot towards the long edge, then extend the arms nice and long towards the sides. For your Utthita Tadasana, let's bend both our knees and exhale to fold it forward to our wide-legged forward fold. The crown of the head may be parallel with the floor. And think about bringing the weight into the balls of the feet. So maybe it feels like your heels come off the ground. Maybe they even do come off the ground. But see how that changes where you feel the benefits of the shape. Breathe in. And now exhale, bend the knees. Inhale to bring the arms out or just rise up and then bring the arms out. Nice, guys. Meeting in Utthita Tadasana. Now let's exhale, bend that left knee, come into side plank, or side lunge, not side plank from here. Hands over in the heart or out to the side. Skandasana, left knee bent. If you want, you can turn the right heel to the ground, the right toes to the sky, or just keep that right foot planted. Breathe in and out. And we're gonna come into flying pigeon, but we're gonna do a little shout out to Derrick Henry. I saw him do this workout. I could see you guys like, oh shit. So ground that left foot, okay? Now ground that left foot, bring the right foot up, kind of like we did earlier, the right knee in front of the hip. Okay, so we're looking like this now. And then bring that right ankle on top of that left thigh for our standing figure 4. And then drop those sits bones as much as you want for our flying pigeon. Got it? So we went from our side lunge to standing Derrick Henry shout out, knee in front of the hip, ankle on top of the knee. He didn't do this. We're just doing this on our own. It's our own flavor. And dropping to flying pigeon. Okay, so now we're in flying pigeon and flying figure 4. Any variation with the arms. Okay. I know the lighting's not the best, so I'm trying to kind of adjust, but I think you guys got it. Good. Now let's bring hands in front of the heart. We're going to bring our left leg long, the right knee in front of the hip again, just like we did earlier in our Virabhadrasana sequence, okay? And then we're going to step that right foot to the side and then drop back into Skandasana on the left. Left knee is bent. Got it, guys. Good. Yep. Now let's inhale to the middle, exhale to forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Let it go. Exhale. Now bend the knees. We're gonna rise up, arms can come out now, or they can come out when we get to the top. Let that energy move out, the fingertips out the feet. Breathe in. And then exhale to pivot that right foot towards the narrow edge, coming to Virabhadrasana 2 on that right leg. So our right leg's bent now, the left leg is long. Maybe look past that front right hand for just a breath. We bring that right knee past the ankle. And then as you're ready, come into that peaceful warrior, the left hand on the left leg, right arm up overhead. Or it can come behind you towards that left hip to open up the chest a little bit. Viparita Virabhadrasana 2. Keep that right knee bent as much as you can. Inhale. Exhale. Let's exhale back to Virabhadrasana 2 to move into our side angle pose. The right elbow on top of that right thigh, the left arm up overhead, or you can bring the left arm behind you towards that right hip, coming behind the back to open the chest, and you're bringing that left shoulder back down towards the wall behind you. But notice, kind of what happens with the low back if you do that versus that left arm out. One more breath. Exhale up to Virabhadrasana 2. Nice, you guys. Reverse your warrior. Exhale. Left hand on that leg, right arm back or behind the back. Maybe saying to yourself, as I inhale, I notice the burn in my right leg, or I notice my feet on the floor. Coming to your side angle pose, bringing the arms out and dropping that elbow on the side of that, or on the top of that right leg. Left arm can extend past the crown, maybe behind you. One more breath here, guys. And then we'll exhale to straighten that leg. Inhale to bring the arms out, pivot the right foot towards the long edge. Here's our extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands in front of the heart space. And then we'll exhale over to our Stabalising on the right. So dropping into that side lunge on the right side. Breathe in and out. We can pivot those left toes towards the sky if you want. They can be on the floor, that right leg can be on the ground. Yeah, I know Bruce likes to open up the hip there with the toes of the sky. I knew it. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Let's exhale, come back to our extended mountain pose just for a breath. Breathe in. And we'll forward fold once more before we come into our direct cantering. So folding forward, hands on the floor. Let the energy float through the palms into the earth. Breathe in. And now bend the knees. Inhale to rise back up to extended mountain pose. Yep. And so this is where we're going. We're going to bend that right knee over to the right. Skandasana. You can bring hands to the heart. Then ground into that right foot. Straighten that left leg as you bring, or the right leg as you bring the left leg up. Bring the left knee in front of that hip, kind of towards the chest. And then exhale, drop down, sit into your flying pigeon. Yep. And then any variation with the arms. Any variation with those arms. Inhale. And exhale. Yep. Now we'll exhale to straighten that right leg. Bring that left knee in front of the hip. Yep, just like we did on our Virabhadrasana 3 sequence. And then exhale, step that left leg to the side. Come back into your extended mountain pose. Breathe in. Yes. Exhale, hands to the hips. Fold it forward. Prasarita Padottanasana. Exhale. Inhale. And then whichever way is in front of your mat, guys, turn your feet that direction, walk the hands towards that front foot, and then plant the hands and step the foot back to come into plank. Plank pose. Inhale. And exhale. Exhale back to Adho Shavasana. Inhale, look up with the hands. Exhale back to downward facing dog, chin to chest. Inhale up to plank pose. Now let's exhale down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Now exhale, lower the knees down, and then come back to table, hands underneath the shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, press the earth away. And then from here, from your table, with the knees grounded, the hands grounded, we're going to inhale to bring that right knee out to the side, kind of like we did standing earlier. And then bring that knee in, plant the knee. Inhale, that left knee comes out to the side. And then plant the knee. And now inhale, send that right leg back, nice and long, flex the foot. Inhale, the left arm comes forward. And then round the back, left knee, or left elbow to the knee. And then inhale, come long. Exhale, knee to elbow. Yes. And then inhale, come long. Exhale, knee to elbow, pause here. And then lower down the hand, lower down the knee. Bring the knees nice and wide. Let's sit back in the child's pose. Any variation with the hands, with the arms. Exhale. And let the breath go. One more breath in. Exhale, up to table. Hands are planted, knees are planted. Breathe in and out. Let's inhale, send the left leg long and send the right arm forward. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, come long, leg and arm. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, long. Last time, exhale, knee to elbow and pause. Bring the chin to the chest, guys. And then lower the knee, lower the hands. And this time, exhale back to downward facing dog. And then from here, come into your pigeon pose. But you're bringing that right knee up towards that right wrist. Lower the foot, the shin down, lower that left knee down. And then, any variation, if you want to keep that heart lifted, you can. If you want to come down on the blocks or the forearms, you can do that. One variation that we don't do very often, that I just want to show you, I'm sure you guys probably know, but you can kind of have the heart lifted. And you can bring that left heel towards the glute and grab it with that left hand, or even grab it with the right hand. That's another expression of your pigeon pose. And the other expression is, this is the sole of my right foot, just to bring that elbow, kind of twist and bring that right elbow onto the sole of the foot, hands together, and turn the heart. It's hard to see, guys. I know the lighting's not the best this time of day, but you're kind of twisted so that the heel, I'll do it standing. So the elbow is on the sole of the foot, and you're like this, open up towards the side, but my left leg would be out of the ground. So we can do that on the floor. But any variation of pigeon that you guys find yourself in, I'll do that so that lighting is better. So one last little, if I dare say, treat for the hips is your pigeon. Give yourselves 2 more breaths. And then slowly begin to lift the heart, lift the head, lift the hands. And then we're just going to exhale to drop that right sit bone and swing that left leg out long and come into seated with the left leg long. And then we'll send that right leg long. We're going to come into a seated forward fold in between sides. Let's draw the arms up. And just notice if you want to tuck the pelvis a little, or if you just have your neutral spine, whatever feels best, okay? And then as you're ready, Think about the pinkies of your foot out towards the side, keeping the feet open. And then we'll exhale to fold forward. And if you want, come back to start. Let the big toes, the feet can be neutral, but flex the feet, and then fold forward without thinking about the pinkies being out. Just kind of just little nuances in the backs of the legs. But fold it forward however you guys want, with different focus on where that pinky toe is or isn't. Exhale. One more breath. Exhale to walk the hands back towards the chest, towards the thighs. Sweep the knees in, the feet in, however makes sense. Come into a downward facing dog. And really maybe pedal out the feet, bending the knees. And then when you're ready, bring that left knee towards the left wrist for our pigeon on the other side. In any variation of pigeon, you can have the heart lifted. You can lower the heart down. You can bring that right heel towards the right glute and find it with the right hand. You can think about twisting and bringing that left elbow on the inside of the foot, palms together. But keep the right knee down. We're not opening the hips up. We're going to keep the hips squared so the twist is in the back. Nice job, you guys. Maybe bringing this mind-body connection back by recognizing the inhale and the exhale in our pigeon. Maybe your next round of breath, you notice that space between the inhale and the exhale. Maybe it's short, maybe it's long, but notice the space in between. And as you're ready, gently bring the heart up, bring the hands down. We'll come up out of our pigeon. Let's exhale to drop the left sit bone. Bring the right foot forward, knee forward. Come onto the sits bones, the heels, setting up for our Namasthe. I know. Put the shoulders back down. Shine the palms up, or maybe the palms shine out or down. Lean back. You can lift both heels off the ground, the legs can be long, it can be flexed, toes can be pointed. You can have your feet on the ground, and you can lift one ankle or one foot and then the other. You can kind of tap the heels up and down. Just find your boat. Maybe 3 more breaths. And then we'll gently lower down the heels if they're not there already. Bring ourselves kind of to seated. Plant the hands beside the hips. Lower down onto the back, but coming onto the forearms, the elbows. And then once you get to the floor, guys, maybe find your happy baby. And maybe find your knees to the chest. Apanasana. You can point and flex the feet and your legs up the wall variation again. Maybe you want to do a reclined figure four. We did our figure four in quite a different variations today. Give yourself whatever you need. On an exhale, bring the legs long. And then bring the hips over to the right side of the mat. Bring the whole body over to the right side of the mat, I should say. But we're gonna leave our hips here on this right side and just bring the feet over to the bottom left corner of the mat. And then lift the arms overhead and reach the wrists towards the upper left side of the mat. And then maybe wiggle the shoulder blades so the hips are on the right side of the mat, but the body, the feet and the shoulders, the wrists are towards the opposite corners. So it's kind of like a crescent moon shape or a banana. You can bring the right foot, cross it over the left to open up the side body just a little bit. The outer hip maybe a little. Maybe you close the eyes. On your next breath out, uncross the feet if they were crossed. Bring the shoulder blades, the wrists, the hands towards the right side of the mat. Shimmy the feet over to that side of the mat. Lift the hips, plant the back, hug the knees into the chest, neutralize the spine just a little bit after that crescent moon. And then we'll bring our whole body over to the left side. Bring the feet towards the right side of the mat. The arms lift overhead and come towards the top corners, the right corners. The shoulders kind of come that way too. Cross the left foot over the right. That feels okay. You don't have to cross the foot over. And then just breathe into that hip. Let that hip anchor and feel maybe an opening on the left side body, the outer hip. One more breath or two. And cross that foot. Bring the shoulders, the arms back to the left side, or maybe bring everything to the middle. Give yourself up, knees to the chest. And then come into Shavasana, guys. Maybe breathe in for a count of 4 here. And then exhale for 6. And then just let go of any attempt to manipulate the breath. Or let the breath be. Let the backs of the heels, the backs of the legs, the sits bones, the shoulders drop into the floor. Allow the front of your body to drop into the back of the body and into the floor and just relax. Allowing your body to rest in all the subtleties of your practice, to rest in the physical effort and exertion, allowing everything to tone down and to come together here in Shavasana. If your mind wanders, you can just bring it back to your inhale. Inhaling, I'm aware of my body. And exhale. Bring your awareness from the inside to the outer now. Maybe noticing a wet dog nose beside you, or a sound. Knowing that you can control the amount of consciousness that you have throughout your day. Whether it be awareness of your breath, or your body. Notice any area of the body that feels really good right now. Notice a part that maybe is neutral that you don't even notice unless I were to say. Notice how your stomach, notice how your palm feels. And maybe notice a part that is giving you a little more noise. And then just thank all of your parts. As you're ready, gently come up to a seated position without rush, rolling over to one side first. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm still here.